This is Weighted Opinions.
What's up, legends? It's another Friday. It's another week. Let's frickin' get after it. You already know what time it is. It is time for Weighted Opinions, the show where I put ideas on the bar and see what they actually weigh. And today, I want to read you. I want to start with the inspiration for today's episode and topic. I just came across it this week and it resonated and I quite enjoyed it. So I wanted to share it and explain the reasons behind it. So, with that being said, this poem is called The Man in the Glass. You may have heard it, you may have not. I'm just going to dive in. So, it goes like, when you get what you want in your struggle for self, and the world makes you king for a day, just go to the mirror and look at yourself and see what that man has to say. For it isn't your father or mother or wife whose judgment upon you must pass. The fellow whose verdict counts most in your life is the one staring back from the glass. He's the fellow to please, never mind all the rest, for he's with you clear to the end. And you've passed your most difficult, dangerous test if the man in the glass is your friend. You may fool the whole world down the pathway of years and get pats on the back as you pass. But your final reward will be heartache and tears if you've cheated the man in the glass. It hit home for me big time, being somebody that has lost both of their parents, been through some pretty dark times and dark moments in their life, and just really over the last kind of the better part of 2 decades anyways, been on a very big journey of self-discovery. Who I am at my core, who I want to be, the legacy I want to leave behind, the impact I want to have, how I want to be perceived, remembered, etc. It just really resonated with me because today's day and age is so fucking fake. And it breaks my heart to see the way humanity has gone and the way things are trending, because more people give a shit about how they appear online and this act of being somebody or some made up presence that they aren't actually, instead of giving a shit about that man or that woman or that person looking back at them in the mirror at the end of the day. And I think that's why the world is so deeply unhappy, anxious, why we have so many issues nowadays is just deep, deep, deep unhappiness, and people being more concerned with how they look and how they perceive than their actual own internal happiness. There's the poem. It's called The Man in the Glass. Really resonated with me. Resonated? What the hell did I say? Resonated. All right. Minor stroke. We're good. And that is why today's topic is The Mirror Doesn't Lie. That was my inspiration. That's what got the wheels turning and got me moving in this direction. So with that being said, welcome to the longest intro, episode 31 of Weighted Opinions. So, like I said, today I am talking about one of the most savage truth tellers you will ever meet, that doesn't care about your feelings, doesn't care about your Instagram, doesn't follow you on Instagram. It's not going to trauma bond with you. It doesn't care if you trauma dump on it. It's never once watched your motivational bullshit TED Talk, TikTok, and it absolutely does not give a flying fuck what your bio says. And, as I mentioned, I'm talking about the mirror, because it does not care about that narrative that you've carefully crafted online. The mirror only tells the story of what you repeatedly do, what you repeatedly avoid, how you take care of yourself, how you show up for yourself, how you carry yourself, and whether your actions actually match the person you keep announcing that you are. And now, before somebody gets overly emotional here or comes at me and says, like, this is bigoted, it's not, because this isn't just about being fit. It's not just about your body fat. It is about congruence. Okay? So does that person you present to the world match the person actually living your life that shows up in person at your job, at social engagements, whatever? If your life is a movie, social media lets you edit the trailer for it, but the mirror sees the whole fucking movie. There's no lying there. All right. So that being said, there's your intro. A little bit of a deeper, hot start, but that's what we're on today. So let's just keep on going and see what happens. Well, let me welcome you all to the age of curated reality. We have reached this incredible point in human evolution. You see me roll my eyes? Incredible. Because we can now be disciplined without being disciplined. We can be healthy without healthy habits. We can be super authentic through 14 filters. Or you can be an entrepreneur because you bought a ring light. Don't look at my ring light. It's fine. My personal favorite, though, one of my absolute all-time favorites here is living my best life. While we personally know these people and they are falling apart behind the camera. It's really amazing, isn't it? We have somehow created this society where you can build a completely fictional version of yourself and somehow just receive endless applause for the character that you've created. Let me give you a prime example. There's Instagram you versus Tuesday morning you, right? So if we're comparing, Instagram you is got a picture of you getting out of bed or planting your feet in the morning and it says, rise and grind. Nobody wants it more than me. But then Tuesday you is hitting snooze for the 6th time. Instagram you is like, you have to protect your peace. But real life you is responding and replying to that toxic person for the 47th time. Or one of my favorites, Instagram you is health is wealth. Hell yeah. But you haven't exercised once since Easter and coffee is your only source of hydration. How about Instagram you as discipline over motivation? Again, one of my favorite ones. Real life you canceled showing up to the gym again today because it's cloudy outside. Yet the internet remains undefeated. And it's just one of the many reasons why I despise social media. Because you can't trust anything anymore. Everything is fake. Everything's a lie. None of it is authentic. None of it is legitimate. And it's really, really, really unfortunate because life has just become a pissing contest with everybody hosting their own reality show, just trying to keep up with the Joneses and outdo everybody else. Meanwhile, they're in shambles, they're unhappy, they're unsatisfied, their marriage or their relationship is not what they want it to be. They have toxic behavioral patterns. The list goes on and on and on and on. It's fucking ridiculous, but here we are. So the mirror can't lie because it doesn't have a comment section. That's why people hate mirrors, because people live for the comment sections. You can't argue with strangers online when you're looking at the mirror. You can't delete the mirror's comments. You can't block the mirror, all right? You can't unfollow anybody who makes you comfortable in the mirror because that person is you. The mirror, yeah, no mute button, no filters, no fucking captions, no, this angle doesn't represent my journey, or whatever stupid ass bullshit you're saying today. It just reflects the current situation from past decisions. What a rude little bitch it is, hey? How fucking mean is that? Oh. But this is where it's great, because your body is a receipt from the mirror. And this is where it's going to get uncomfortable for a lot of you. Your body is in part a physical receipt of how you've been living. And again, not every health outcome is under your control. There's always extenuating circumstances and exceptions to the rules. Your genetics do exist. Disease exists. Injury is a real thing. Medications are necessary. And life gets fucking complicated. Life is hard. Okay? But your patterns still matter. Your energy, your posture, your habits, your sleep, your recovery, they all have fingerprints. They all leave fingerprints. And eventually, guess what? Your body has to cash that check of whatever all those things have done. Yeah, I know. And another personal favorite of mine is you can't hashtag your way out of reality, right? It's one of my favorite modern phenomenons. Do you see me keep rolling my eyes when I say favorite? Because it means it's not my favorite. I hate it. People will post hashtag self-care after 3 hours of scrolling after being out all night and staying up way past any sort of regimented, healthy bedtime or bedtime routine. Or hashtag wellness while living entirely on processed food and alcohol and cigarettes or vaping. How about hashtag healing while repeating the exact same destructive habits that got them in the mess they're in? Or again, another one of my favorites, hashtag fitness journey. Respectfully, there's no journey and there's even less fitness. Like, nobody's buying that shit, Becky. Chill out. Yeah, let's just take a little breather here. We're going to keep moving on. The hell is going on with the lighting and the mood in here? This is freaking change up all over the map. I don't know. Whatever. Let's keep going. Your identity without any evidence or actions to back it up is just marketing. It's branding. And this is where we need to get a little bit more serious. You are not who you say you are. You're not what you say you are. You are what you repeatedly prove. If you say, I'm disciplined, show me. If you say, I value my health, show me. If you say, I'm reliable, show me. If you say, I'm growing, guess what? Fucking show me. Okay? Not once, that's easy, but repeatedly, consistently. Actions over words. You keep showing up as that person, you don't have to keep preaching it. Everybody knows that is your identity. But if you just keep shouting it and preaching it and posting about it, people get sick of it because they're like, yo, that shit's not real. Stop trying to indoctrinate everybody or get us to believe some shit. Back it up. Be the person. Identity is built through evidence. Everything else is just marketing and advertising. Okay? So the mirror isn't mean. It's honest. People sometimes, and by sometimes I mean fucking all the time now, confuse honesty with cruelty. We've turned tolerance into ignorance. Okay? We don't have to be tolerant of everything. If it's bullshit, it's bullshit. That's not being cruel. That's being honest. That's actually being nice by being honest and calling it what it is and acknowledging that and letting me know and calling me on it. If we just tolerate everything, all you do is enable and you get me to buy my own bullshit. And now I'm even more delusional than I already was. So, like I said, people often, all the time, sometimes, all the time, confuse honesty with cruelty. The mirror is not judging you. It is saying, well, okay, sorry. It's not saying you suck. I almost threw it right down the frickin' drain there. It's saying this is where we are right now. That's useful. That's feedback because you cannot improve a reality that you refuse to acknowledge. You see the whole delusion thing? The delulu, as the youths say? Yeah, whatever. It's dumb. We abbreviate everything. It's just another lazy, let's not go down that rabbit hole. Yes, you cannot wow, I just had a mini stroke. You cannot improve a reality that you refuse to acknowledge, is what I was saying. The mirror is not your enemy. The denial and the lack of adherence, that is. Okay? So now we live in this world where there's something I refer to as the filter economy. Because like I was saying earlier, you can't believe anything. Everything is fake. Everything is doctored. Everything is edited. So the filter economy, that's the name I'm giving it. Because we have gotten unbelievably good at hiding, using perfect lighting. As you can see, look, I've manipulated this area with lighting. Oh my God, my skin looks absolutely amazing because I'm looking directly into a ring light that's got me perfectly lit. It's not real. I have great skin though. Shut the fuck up about it. We manipulate using lighting. What is going on? Lighting, angles. That's the other word I'm trying to say. Filters, face tuning, body editing. This shit has gone wild. When you can see the area behind me is hourglassed and warped and there's clear editing going on and we're trying to claim it as natural and real, like, come on. It's this strategic coping and lying and being delusional. One photo nowadays or one little video clip requires more production and editing than fucking Lord of the Rings did. It's insane. And then somebody sees you in real life and they're like, oh, it's not because you're necessarily unattractive. It's because they were introduced to your digital bullshit stunt double first. Yeah, it's wild out here. You can't trust anything. Okay, well, we're gonna keep winding it up. Let's keep moving forward here. Okay, so before I carry on with this next part, I'm just gonna acknowledge this. I don't know. I've had a long week. I'm tired right now while I'm recording, but it's fine. I'm still doing it because I told you I would. But on the topic of editing and everything that I was just talking about there, why am I leaving these blunders in? Why am I leaving these little tongue tied moments in? That's something I could edit out and curate and make perfect. I don't care. I'm human. I make mistakes. I trip on my tongue. I stumble on words all the time. I joke about it because, like, who fucking gives a shit? Could I make it perfect? Could I spend more time in post and editing? For sure. But that's the stuff I hate. I want you to feel the authenticity. I want you to feel that it's real. Laugh at me. The only thing I should edit is all of my blunders and mistakes into a gag reel and then post that as an episode 1 week where we can just laugh at how freaking tongue-tied and stupid and special I go quite often while I'm just trying to spit the words out and the notes that I've got written in front of me or the words that I've got in my head. I'm human. I make mistakes. Who cares? Move on. Have you seen me fail? Yeah. Have you seen me succeed gloriously? In the gym? Hell yeah, probably. I challenge my clients to do ridiculous shit all the time that I practice behind the scenes, and then it gives them a mental complex because they can't do it. And I'm like, come at me, son. Challenge me. Let's do this. But I mess shit up all the time. Okay? We're human. So, let's carry on with things. We're way off track here. Another reason I hate social media, reason number 40,814. Social media rewards the appearance of progress, not actual progress, but the appearance of progress. Why does this matter? Well, social media rewards talking about change and announcing your goals and sharing intentions and your super amazing posts about motivation. But real life rewards actual execution, consistency, real discipline. Nobody gets stronger because 700 people liked their workout announcement. You still have to lift the damn weight. And yeah, that shit's annoying, but if you want it bad enough, you will do it. Even when nobody's watching, especially when nobody's watching, because that's who you are. That's your identity. You want to be proud of the person staring back at you from the glass of the mirror. And the issue here is motivation has become fucking cosplay. People don't actually want to be disciplined. They want to look like a disciplined person online to get more followers. And there's a huge difference here because one of these people actually wakes up early. The other posts quotes about waking up early. Yeah, one trains consistently. The other one owns a shit ton of Gymshark. No disrespect, Gymshark. You have some quality stuff, but like, that's just a quick reference point. One of them reads and learns and furthers education and knowledge because the knowledge is power. And the other one takes a picture of their book beside their coffee at a trendy coffee shop and tags them in hopes that they reshare their shit so that they get more followers. It looks cool. It's not real. One builds a life. The other one builds an activity feed. And somehow we stopped noticing the difference and started rewarding the wrong one or paying attention to the wrong ones. And this is why your online persona can and usually does become a trap for the people that become obsessed with it. And this is where it starts to get dangerous because if enough people show up every day and tell you you're amazing and you're crushing it, oh my God, you're such an inspiration, I love all of your stuff, you start believing the hype. You start listening for the applause. You believe it more than anybody else instead of checking the actual real life scoreboard. External validation almost becomes a sedative because it drowns out everything else and it's the only thing that matters to you and makes you feel at one. So why change when everybody already thinks you've arrived and you're perfect? Because that's how your false narrative becomes a comfortable prison. Boom! Suck on that one. Let's let that marinate. We're going to keep moving on. I know, that shit was good. I thought it too when I wrote it down. Thank you for applauding me. See what I did there? Yeah. I'm validating it by, it's fine. You'll catch on. All right, seriously. Who keeps messing with the lights and changing the mood and everything in here? I don't know what the hell's going on, man. It's getting weird. Anyways, Enough of my stupid bullshit. Carrying on, the real flex here. Yeah, I'm using the youth term. You know what the real flex is? Actually flexing, having some muscle. The real flex here, and let's talk about what's actually impressive, is when your private life actually matches your public claims. That shit's wild. That is rare. You post about disciplined and you actually live discipline. Isn't it crazy? You talk about health and you actually fully take care of your damn self. You preach integrity, and guess what? Your actions align and match your words. That is credibility that doesn't require filters, doesn't require faking it. It has to be so exhausting trying to keep up all these stories and faking it and remember who you told what or who said what to you or which person you have to be in front of which friend group. I got tired just talking about that. So here is $1,000,000 question. Probably one of the most important ones to ask yourself legitimately. Who are you when nobody is watching? This is the entire episode, the entire movie. Forget your profile, okay? Forget your followers. Forget your stupid captions that you probably use ChatGPT for. Who are you at 6 a.m. when you're freaking overtired because the baby kept you up all night, or your dog was throwing up multiple times through the night, or you felt shitty and had to get up and go to the bathroom a handful of times? Who are you when you're tired, when your night's sleep wasn't perfect, when you were overstressed, when nobody would know or care if you quit, when there's no camera or snapshots or little box of your life, when nobody is clapping? Who the fuck are you? That person is you. That is who you are. Everyone else that you've pretended to be, that you've posted about, that you've taken little snapshots and quotes with, that's PR. Those are your public relations. It's not real. So, here, let me give you a test. We'll call it the mirror test. Pretty on the nose, I know. I want you to try this. Go stand in front of the mirror. Not just physically, but mentally check in with yourself and ask, does the person I claim to be actually live here? And look yourself in the eyes. Because if you're a fraud, when you look yourself in the eyes, you see it. And your soul speaks to you. And that shit knows there is no hiding there. There's no running from it. There's no filter. There's no bullshit that can help you escape from that. Hashtag save me. Fuck no. You did it to yourself. Damn, Daniel. So on that note, keep asking, do my habits support my claims? Does my health reflect my priorities? Does my behavior reflect my value system? Would somebody watching this story or watching my actions actually believe the story I'm telling? And for most of you, I'm willing to bet the answer right now is maybe pushing towards no. Which, that's beautiful, because now you have something useful. See, I'm going to keep that in there. Now you have something useful. It's the truth. And the truth will set you frickin' free. So stop trying to fool the audience that doesn't give a shit about you at the end of the day. Because here's the saddest part. You might fool your followers, your friends, your coworkers, fucking sadly, maybe even your family. But deep down, you know. You know when you are cutting corners and you're hiding, you're constantly making excuses, you're pretending, and you're underperforming. And living with that gap destroys your confidence, your inner happiness. The reason why you don't feel good and why you don't show up for yourself and why you don't want to look in the mirror, because it exposes all of this shit that you hate addressing. So you shove it deep, 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 deep down in that box. You compartmentalize it and you swallow it and you never open that box, and you promise to never look at yourself to dare open that box even a little bit. Because your self-respect, it knows when you're full of shit. All right. So let me just dive one step deeper, because your confidence, your true self-confidence, your self-worth, it comes from alignment. Real confidence is incredibly simple. And it's when you say what you're going to do and you do it, and then you repeat it. That's identity. It's confidence. You repeat that. And eventually, guess what? That inner voice that doesn't want to look in the mirror, it starts trusting you. It starts working with you and speaking to you nicely and confidently, and it starts agreeing with you. That is self-confidence. That's not posing for the camera or for Instagram or for TikTok. It's not affirmation through strangers liking and, oh my God, girl, you're so brave. It's not a stupid caption saying unstoppable. I hate that. Yeah. Yeah, your caption saying unstoppable when your alarm clock is currently 11-0 against you. That feels pretty good, right? But you're the only one that knows it? No, other people know it. You don't show up for your workouts in the morning. You're late for work. You're quickly out the door. Yeah, whatever. It's fine. We're going to pause there for a second, but we're going to keep on rolling. We're almost there. We're getting to it. Okay. So the goal here isn't perfection. It's an important distinction. I'm not asking you to be perfect. That's stupid. Okay. Nobody is perfect. Perfection is nonsense, and you're going to waste so much of your time chasing it. The goal, as I said earlier, the key word here is alignment. If health matters to you truly, then live accordingly. If your family matters, then guess what? You got to show up for them. If growth matters, yeah, you got to fucking grow. And if discipline matters, you need to practice it. Your life should provide evidence for your values. Plain and simple. It's that easy. Because eventually, it might not be today, it might not be tomorrow, it might be weeks, years, whatever. But eventually, reality wins. You can continue to edit your photos and manipulate everything. You can curate your feed so it looks magnificent. It's a beautiful draw, it pulls you in, whatever. You can rewrite. Jesus, that was hard for me. You can rewrite your captions. I'm going to rewrite that sentence. Holy hell. I didn't realize how difficult that was going to be. You can write them. You can rewrite them over and over and over again. You can backspace. You can delete. You can perfectly manicure that text message before you send it, right? You can do all of that. You can rewrite your captions until it's perfect. You can manufacture the absolute perception of everything that you want until it's exactly what you want it to be. But eventually, reality can and will win. Your health, your relationships, career, your energy, your character, they will all expose the truth eventually. It's not if, it's when. Reality currently and always will have the longest undefeated streak in history. So the question I would love for you to ask yourself is, if my social media disappeared tomorrow, who would I actually be? No followers, no no audience to impress, no external validation, just you and the life that you have built up till this point. Would you be proud of that person? If yes, outstanding. I applaud you. Congratulations. I'm happy for you. Keep going. You're the best. If no, even better, actually. Stop worrying about it. Stop editing the picture and start improving the subject and the content matter. Yeah. That's it. I don't need to rant. I don't need to get too fiery today. I don't need to crap on anything specifically that I haven't already. So with that, let me provide you my closing shot as I always do. The mirror doesn't lie. It does not. It cannot. It will not. But here is the good news with that. It also doesn't hold grudges. It only shows today's reality. And tomorrow, it's beautiful. It can look totally different. Next year can be unrecognizably different. But only if your actions and alignment change. So quit spending all the energy that it requires trying to convince everybody else that you're becoming something, and redirect and apply that energy to actually becoming it. You're all wasting the energy trying to prove some shit instead of just doing it and letting the actions do the talking for you. Build a life so painfully authentic that Instagram doesn't need to exaggerate it. Build a body you respect. Who gives a shit what other people think? And no, I'm not doing the body positivity. You're amazing. You're happy in your skin. You know what that means. Earn a body. Build the body. Don't dress for the body you want. Dress for the body you have and earn the dream body you've always dreamed of. All right? Build habits that you trust. Build relationships that you're proud of. You don't only need to talk about the highlight reel parts. or the parts that might impress a stranger. You can just talk about it because you're fucking proud of it from start to finish, and it feels good because you don't have to curate the story or carefully manipulate points in time to make it sound better than it is. Build a character that survives, especially when the camera turns off. Okay? Because your online narrative is temporary and nobody gives an actual shit. Your real life is the damn story. Like I said, you can edit the trailer, but your real life is the movie. Who cares if the trailer is fucking awesome and the movie sucks? Right? We've all done that. We've been lured in by some good ass trailers, and then you see the movie and you're like, what the fuck was that? Is that what you want your life to be? Me either. So, if this episode pissed you off, maybe don't leave an angry comment. Go look in the mirror first. Suck it. Also, fuck you if you got mad and you pissed off. I don't care. That's what I'm here to do. I'm trying to coach you to be better. Somebody's got to call you on your shit. So yeah, go look in the mirror first and address that person, because that's the one you're upset with, not me for saying the words you didn't want to hear. But then come back here. Come right on back. And as always, I want you to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Yeah, good. I'm talking to you. And we got to call somebody's ass out. It's one of our favorite parts, the closing shot and the call out, right? So send this to a friend whose Instagram says 5 a.m. club, even though nobody's ever seen them exist personally before 9:30 since 2018. I don't know. 8 years seems reasonable. And remember, stop curating the appearance of a great life and start building one. So until next time, my friends, stay authentic, stay accountable, and most importantly, stay glorious. You see that? It's a light in front of me. It's manipulated. Yeah, stay glorious. Who cares? It's not perfect. It's fine. I don't care. I'm not going to edit this out. Stay glorious.
This is weighted opinions from me and my best friends. Let me have your attention for all the stuff we will mention. Spitting all truth with fun, so unclench your bun, because I'm about to take off and run.